Every day, chat and chart live during the New York session. Here, real traders share the raw truth, their mindset, technical analysis, and execution. This is where real traders show their skill set. Welcome to Tradin TV. This is your stage to shine.
Hello traders, good evening. Please confirm, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Okay. All right, so welcome to New York session. Today we'll be doing live trading. We'll analyze some instruments like the Euro USD, GBPUSD, and gold, maybe GBP JPY for opportunities. Normally I trade swing. I'm a swing trader, but today I'm gonna try and find some day trading setups during the New York session. We have two 50K challenge accounts that we're giving away today. So stick around till the end of this video or live stream to find out how to win. So are you ready, guys? Mario, I am great. Thank you for asking. Hope you're well. Okay, so let me share my screen. 1 second, please. Okay. All right. So here's the chart. I have some bad news. Today I had, do you see this, what's it called, the alert? I had an alert and I had an order, a buy limit to buy gold at 3,310, but unfortunately it did not fill me. So I'm a bit sad about that, but overall I'm long. I've been long for the past couple of weeks, so I'm okay. But that's a swing trade. I'm buying gold at 3,300. My stop loss is 3,240, and my take profit is $3,600 per ounce. Let's take a look and see how gold is doing. First of all, okay. So we broke yesterday's low, and now we're climbing up, but we are still somehow bearish. The movement is bullish, but so far, because it didn't close yet, so we're still bearish. This could very easily turn around and get rejected from like 3,340 and keep going down, but we'll go down in time frames to see if that will happen. We start with the daily, then we go to 8 hours. Now look, this way I can like show you how or explain why I'm saying it might be bearish today, because look at the cluster of moving averages we have here. We have the 10-day moving average, 20-day, 50-day, 126 and 200-day, and the price is below all of them. Now, bear in mind that we've been trading in a range for the past 3 months, maybe. So that's why you can see the moving averages are like a horizontal. They're making a horizontal line or zone. So that's why I'm telling you it might be bearish today. But so far, the 8-hour candles, both of them, are still bullish. So let's go down to 4 hours. Now we need to shift the mindset, because trading swing is totally different than trading intraday. So day trading, I need to find just like a short-term trend, and find the most important structure points or liquidity zones, and accordingly I decide whether to buy or sell. But overall, on the swing trade, I'm long gold. But that doesn't mean that I'll be looking for longs today. It depends. If I find a short-term trend that tells me I should go long, I will go long. But otherwise, it depends on lower time frames. So 4 hours also looks a bit bullish. Okay, so we're above the 10-day moving average and we're stuck at the 20-day moving average. I'm expecting it either to close below this and keep going down, or above and target the moving averages around 345. So that's the first level to look out for, 345. If it goes up, sorry guys, I'm writing down the levels, and if it closes below 330, we'll be looking for sells. So okay, let's move now to 1 hour. Okay, now do you guys see a downtrend here? We have lower lows, lower highs. Okay, and we're now at the trend line, which could mean that we might be reversing soon, but that's just like it's retesting the trend line, the uptrend line from the outside, and it has a downtrend. So we have this intersection between the two trend lines. This might be a sell area, but let's go lower and see. Okay, so now we have 30 minutes. On 30 minutes, yeah. On 30 minutes, we are approaching the 200-day moving average. Let me place an alert here. So if it hits that, I'm going to be looking for a setup. My setup is very simple. I use the engulfing candle to reverse the previous move. Then I wait for a retracement with my stops above the engulfing candle. So let's wait and see. Now, if you go to 15 minutes, okay, so 15 minutes confirms what we saw on the 30 minutes time frame. So we might be doing something like this. We might be going here, then going here, and then breaking lower. Or we might be doing this and this. So we have two scenarios, okay? Let me color it with something else. Keep this one green and let's make this one red. So based on what we see in front of us, the only sure move, or the only move that we are sure of, is this one here. 1 second. Is the correction that is going to happen here, right? If it keeps going down, fine, but it might go up or it might go down. Since we're day trading, I'll be looking to utilize this area, okay? So from 3,335 to 3,327, okay? Let me, okay, 27 and a half. Okay, the 5 minutes, 5 minutes still very bullish. It's moving higher and higher. So I'll place what's it called, an alert here. So when that rings, we'll see what we want to do, okay? We still don't have a setup here, even though we're close to the 200-day moving average. So gold is still not mature in terms of the setup, so I will not do anything on gold. Let me move now to Euro USD. We start with the daily as always. If we want to day trade, we start with the daily, and then we go all the way down to 1 minute if we want to use the 1 minute. Okay, so the past 2 days were bearish on Euro. But today there was a rejection from the 20-day moving average, which was at 1.1625. Let me just check the dollar index really quick. Yeah, like now we might be having an uptrend here, but it's still not confirmed. And it got rejected also from the 20-day moving average. So, guys, I said that, I said this many times before, which is the Euro USD is nothing but an inverted chart of the dollar index. Okay. So that's why the dollar index got rejected from the 20-day moving average, and the Euro USD got rejected to the upside from the 20-day moving average. Okay. Um, guys, before I continue, do you guys mind if I put some music on? 1 second, please. Starboy is saying he's looking for sells on gold. Yeah, that might happen. Euro USD, Pearson took TP on Euro USD today. Good for you. Done already. What's done already? Gold is a different beast. That is correct. I agree. This is ranging area. Sell is the best option now. So yeah, as I was saying about gold, like it might go up and it might go down, but there's one thing that is sure on gold, that it's going to give us at least 50% of the previous move. So we're going to try and find a setup around there. It's holding till 3,400. I think if you have the guts for it, keep holding till 3,600. Bullish, yes, downward is going to. Okay. Someone is saying, Suham Sharma is saying, gold is going to 3,270, 1,000,000%. So something I learned about trading: never say 100%, 1,000%, or 1,000,000%, because nothing is sure in trading. We're in a game of probabilities. So you don't need to be sure about anything. You just need to play the odds and make sure that you're on the right side of the bet and manage risk properly. And that's it. Even if you're wrong, no big deal. Just a heads up. So basically, what I was saying, Suham, is that don't get too attached to your position. Don't marry your position. Okay. That much things on chart. Yeah. They're all the same thing, by the way. They're all moving averages. So I only have moving averages on my charts. Let me put some music on. Excuse me for 1 second. Can you guys hear? Sorry, but that's how I like to trade. Okay, so back to the charts. Let me see. Okay, so 8 hours on euro is somehow bullish, but we need to see this close above 1.1655. Let's go down to 4 hours. Yeah, it got rejected from the 126-day moving average, which is my favorite moving average. Uh, Again, for those of you who don't know what the 126-day moving average is, it's that it's a moving average that I came up with that covers half of the trading days in a year, so 126 days. Uh, Sweet, I like it. No, that's sweet. Go to an hour and see. Do you have downtrend here? No, I don't like it. So we might be looking sell setup somewhere here. Okay. So guys, do you see these two light bands? That's price, the green ones. These are these are bands that are like the settings of those bands are like the exponential moving average period is 5, and it closes based on the high. And the other one, the lower one, is exponential moving average 5 as well, but the calculation method is the low price. That's why you see it looking like a band. I took this from a trader that I admire called Charlie Burton. What he does is, if it closes outside the band, it means that a new trend might be starting, or a new impulsive move might be starting to the upside if it closes above the upper one, and a downtrend if it closes below the lower one. So, for example, once it closed here, see, this is the first time it closed outside to the downside. Once it retested the lower band, look what happened. So we're looking that for a close outside this on the 1 hour, then let's see, maybe we'll get a buy. But I don't like the Euro USD on higher time frames because it looks weak to me. Okay, okay, okay. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, so 30 minutes is very bullish. The candle I'm talking, yeah. Let's see, 15 minutes. 15 minutes is also. Oh, so you can't hear the music. Okay, so good for me. Uh-huh. Okay, so we might have a setup here on 15 minutes. Let me see. Because, see, we closed outside and we retested the trend line, the small trend line here, and we might be retesting 1.1645 and targeting this. So it will look something like this, but it's still not confirmed. So, guys, wait. Don't do anything, yeah? 1 to 2, which is good, good enough for me. So the entry is, let me fix the entry price is 45, the profit is, let's say, 56, and the stop level is 39. So just to filter the, yeah, let's increase this to 67. Now we have a 1 to 2 risk reward, which is okay. Let's look at the 5 minutes. 5 minutes, how does that look like? We have higher highs, higher lows, which means an uptrend, a short-term uptrend. So what levels do we have? We have this level, we're above it, we have this level, we got rejected from it, but the trend line stayed intact. And then the next one would be here, which is 1.1660, the one we found on higher time frames. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So, okay. That's actually good. So, 1645 on euro is a possible entry for a long. Okay, let me write that down before I forget it. There it is. Just to give me a heads up if that happens. GBPUSD. Yeah, okay. I like this one. Okay, so gold crossed 36. Let's go and see. We'll move back to GBP, but let's see gold first. Let's go to 1 hour. Yeah. So I think it was on 30 minutes, right? Yeah. On 30 minutes, we are at the 200-day moving average. So we are going to be looking for sells around this area if we get a setup, of course. Only if we get a setup. And we are targeting the trend line. It might be, it could go even lower than this, but I don't care. I just want to take this area as we agreed. If it closes above this, if it closes above the 200-day moving average, which is after 9 minutes, and it gives us a retest on the outside of this area, I'm going to look for longs or buys on gold. Okay. Yeah. So this is good. Gold is going up. Nice, nice, nice. So let me draw a speed line. So guys, a speed line is basically a trend line that is accelerating. So it gives you the new angle of the trend. So if we go and retest somewhere around 32 and it gives us a good entry, we might enter a long position, okay? Okay, let's see how this one closes. Yeah, so this is a start of a good sell setup, but let's wait. Let me remove these. And this. And this. Yeah. So I think if we do that, stops here and targets here, that's a 1 to 2.7. I think that would be a good trade, but let's wait and see. Okay, let me see if any of you guys have any questions until we wait for this. So, 1 second. Okay. Short gold. Okay, so I think I'm going to short gold, yes, because this candle also closed bearish, but it's too early to decide. So let's wait. How do you decide or calculate your position according to account size? Let's say I have a $10,000 account. That's a great question. Okay, so the way you decide is you first start with deciding your stop loss. So if, let's say you say my stop loss is 1% of my account, okay? So 1 second, let me, or no, you can, like, if you have notes, just write it down. So if you say my stop loss per trade is 1%, so 1% of 10,000 is $100, right? So what you do is you calculate or you see how many pips are you away from your stop loss, from the entry to the stop loss. So let's say it's 50 pips, okay, or 10 pips. So what you do is you take this $100 and divide it by 50 pips. 50 pips mathematically is 0.005, okay? So 100 divided by 50 pips, let me see. 1 second, I'd like to use this calculator. So $100 divided by 0.005, you can enter $20,000. So divided by 100,000, so you can enter using 0.2 lot. Okay, so you can enter using 2 mini lots. Is that clear? It's still going up. See, it retested the lower band, and rejected. That's why I told you it's early to decide. Let's see. So guys, let's move to GBP. I don't want to miss the move on GBP. I think we're took this one early on. The setup was as follows. So the setup was this. I had an engulfing candle, okay, here. I had an engulfing candle near the 200-day moving average and the trend line. Okay, so I waited it to close. It closed bearish. Then it started to move up and couldn't break above. So once we reached here, I sold with my stops here, and then I targeted the previous low, which is 1.3490. Let's remove this one. I don't want to have mess on my chart. So I'm expecting it to go back. Since it broke here, it didn't retest properly, okay? Since it broke this level, it did not retest properly. So I'm going to wait for a retest around this area, which is 1.3490, which was my take profit from the London session, or pre-New York, was it? Or I don't know. Anyway, so if we get a setup here, I have my alerts ready. If we get a setup here, I'm going to sell again, because this is actually the best pair between the three we already analyzed, okay? Let's see, 5 minutes. Yeah, it's starting to reject. Do we have trend line here? Actually, we do. Let's see the 1 minute. Okay. I think we're onto something here. What happened with gold? Did it break above? No, actually not. But I don't want this trade, no. I'm gonna focus on GBPUSD. The setup got invalidated, but we'll wait. Let me see what other questions do we have. How many EMA use and how to analyze EMA? Okay, so Deepak, the moving averages I use them as trend lines that smooth the movement. So instead of having a straight line, that is the trend line, I use moving averages. So the moving average acts as support or resistance. So if you're below the moving average, it will act as a ceiling or a resistance, making it hard for the price to go above. And if it's below the price, it will be acting as a support or a floor for the price. So it prevents the price from going below. I like to trade those using specific setups. So if I get a setup on a moving average, especially if it's a big one, like a 100-day moving average or a 200-day moving average, I wait for my setup and I just wait and execute once I get it. Gold is at the entry. It's happening. Tell me when is the giveaway. I will tell you if you stick around till the end of this live stream. I'm in sell on gold. Okay, so we need confirmation in gold to go short. Clear. How do you validate whether the high or low is formed to place the stop loss? Well, it's all about behavior, my friend. So if you see that the price is having a hard time breaking the high that is already in place or breaking the low that is already in place, you most probably have a high or a low. But that doesn't mean that this is a hard rule and it will be this way every time. So there is always a margin of error. So this could work like 70% of the time, 80% of the time, tops. Okay. What confirmation are we watching for the sell? I'm waiting for a setup, not a confirmation. It's all about the probability. Exactly. That's a probability game. Nothing more, nothing less. That's my lot size. Okay. Great, great, great. When backtesting is the most important thing we should keep in mind. Okay, when backtesting, you need to keep in mind that the emotions are not involved. So it's very easy to backtest a solid strategy and get amazing results. But when you test it on live environment and live accounts, it will be very hard. So you need to keep that in mind and believe in the strategy you have backtested. Okay, so how do you validate? Okay, we already answered this one. How do you, okay. We're looking for VOS on Google and which time frame to enter your shorts. Since we are day trading, I'm going to be looking at time frames between 15 minutes and 1 minute. Okay. Someone is asking me if they should hold their sell at 1.1650 on Euro USD. I'm not sure actually. Okay. We are very close, guys, to this. Okay. Great. So I'm going to be waiting for a setup here to sell GBP because it just retested the previous support zone, which now became a resistance zone. Okay. So everyone can see my chart. Yes, everyone can see my chart. Let's confirm with lower. Okay. Hello, Khalid. Someone else is saying he is not Khalid. Okay, and Euro USD is also just hit my alert, so let's see what's going on there. Okay, that's nice. Oh, okay, it's 3:30. We have economic news. We have economic data releases. That's why everything's jumping. Let me go check real quick what happened. So what happened, my friends, is okay. So the Euro CPI came in as expected, 2%. The core CPI came in also as expected, 2.3%. And okay, what happened now? The Canadian new housing price index. Okay, so nothing new actually. Nothing came out now. So guys, I'll be looking to find sells on Euro and GBP if it gives us the setup. I think the dollar index is getting hammered now. That's why everything is jumping. Let me see the 4 hours, what's happening. Okay, it broke the previous low, but it will be facing the 50-day moving average and 20-day moving average. So this might reject the dollar to the upside. That's something to keep in mind. And we have also the 1 hour. It just hit the 200-day moving average on the 1 hour. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. Let's wait for a setup. Remove this and remove this. Let's delete. Welcome, Khalid Aish. Khalid is a dear friend of mine, by the way. I think he's traveling today, no? So shout out to the man himself, Khalid. If I'm starting with strong risk management but a small account, what do you look for to know I'm ready for scaling with a prop firm? Okay, so if you can consistently make, let's say, I don't know, 5% a month or 10% a month, I think you're good to go. But you need to be consistent. So if you make $10 every week for a month or for 2 months, you can make $10,000 every week for a month or 2 months using a bigger account. That's the logic. So always look at percentages. Thank you, Pearson. You watch Suits, huh? Pearson Hardman. What stop and TP for GBP if you enter? We'll find out the stop loss and TP for the sterling pound once we see what's it called, a setup. Before that, okay. So we might be having a setup here. Let's see. We have the euro and amazing. That's amazing. I'm going to place a sell stop here. Sell limit, sorry. I'm placing a sell limit at 1.3491 with stops above okay, 134.97, targeting this. Actually, no need. It's too wide. If you have a good broker or a good prop firm, you don't need that. So here it goes. Cool. Let me sell. Okay, so the sell is at 92. Let's see how this one goes. I should have waited more, but I like how this looks and the area it got rejected from. So hopefully this one works. I'm risking 0.5% on this one. How do you adjust your lot size when the market is volatile? So if you see a lot of volatility, my suggestion is just cut your risk in half, and that's it. Where are you from? I am from Jordan. Is it okay to take do or die trades sometimes on? No, of course not. Is it okay to take, Pearson Hardman is asking, is it okay to take do or die trades sometimes on evaluation? No, you're just gambling. If you're in for the gambling, just go to Vegas or Atlantic City or wherever, or Cyprus, for example, and gamble. It's much more fun than doing that on a trading screen. Can you briefly explain the strategy there for the sell? Okay, so what happened is here, we got a strong engulfing candle to the downside. on a very important a structure point, which is the 200-day moving average. And regardless of the fact that it's the 200-day moving average, let me go to the 15 minutes, sorry. So since it broke this area, that is the support, it did not come back to retest it. But now it is going back to retest. So I'm betting on the continuation of this move to the downside, okay? So if I want to be safe, I can place my stops above 1.3506. But that's not what I want, because I'm looking to find quick hit and runs for the day trade. By the way, this is exactly how I trade on the daily chart and the weekly chart. So the beauty of technical analysis is that you can use the same techniques and setups on multiple time frames. So what works on 1 minute could work on 1 week, and vice versa. Okay. Let's see what other questions you have. What's your take on buy stops and sell stops? I don't like buy stops and sell stops because most likely when price breaks out of an important structure point, it usually goes back to retest it. So I wait for the retest and place limit orders instead, so that I get a better risk reward ratio. Okay. Must be consistent. What's one lesson that changed your trading forever? Stop looking at the chart. If you keep looking at the chart, emotions start taking over and you're on for quite a ride. Can you say something about psychology, please? Of course. What would you like me to say about psychology? Now, okay, let me tell you this about psychology. Now, I can't tell you to stop being fearful or being greedy, because this is the human nature for the past million years, maybe. So what I can tell you to do is, every guru online keeps saying that you need to eliminate fear and greed and emotion. You cannot do that. If you do that, you're not human, and I'm not expecting you to become robots. So the only way to handle and manage those emotions is by using risk management. If you manage your risk properly, you will not get surprised, or you will not have any unpleasant surprises. You already have a plan. For example, on this trade, I'm planning to lose 0.5% on the trade. If I do, I really don't care. If I make money on this one, I'm going to make 1%, which is also no big deal for me. So because I entered this trade with a plan, I know what's worst. I know the worst that could happen and the best that could happen. So nothing can surprise me. That's why you stay composed, you stay calm during your trades, and I think that's the most important thing in trading. You need to handle your emotions, because once those are not handled, bad news. Okay, by do or die means not breaching the account, or do or die, I mean taking a trade that's good for your setup, but there is news and some time. That's also gambling, because you're gambling that this one time will work properly for you, and this is not the case in trading. In trading, you must give yourself more than one attempt to be right. So, for example, my risk per day is 2%. I'm willing to risk 2% of my account every day. Okay, so why don't I just go all in on the daily stop loss, which is 2%, and place it on one trade? Because this way I don't have room to be wrong, and I don't like that. I want to have the luxury of trying again or giving my trade a second chance. So that's why I'm saying this is gambling. Okay. I hope this explains it. What is your win rate? Well, it depends. When I started, I was looking for, I was trying to keep it above 75%, but I discovered that this is not the most important thing. The most important thing is the risk management and risk reward. So now it's floating around 63%, I think. Fractals, what is your mandate? So some strategy for all, wow. Same strategy for all, yes. I always do limit. You know what's nice about limits too, limit orders, is that sometimes you get slipped. The price, you might get affected by slippage if you do buy stops and sell stops. Because the first available price would be not the stop level or the buy stop level that you placed. That's why limits give you most of the time the exact price that you asked for. Okay. How to hold trades? Easy. How to hold trades? Just wait for the stop loss or take profit. And you need to have, excuse my language, you need to have the balls to take the stop loss with pride. No problem at all. Once you learn how to lose properly, you will start making money. Do you ever feel like you're addicted to entering trades even when there is no setup? Of course not. Maybe at the beginning, 10 years ago, but now no. Not even 10 years ago, more than that. But now, definitely not. I now understand that this is actually real money on the line, so I wouldn't just satisfy myself with an entry that is not planned. Of course not. Do you ever feel like you're addicted? We on answered that. According to your swing, trading is better than. Yeah. Now Mario is asking a really nice question. According to you, swing trading is better than others? In my opinion, yes, because I did some day trading in the past, and I did some swing trading also. And when I saw the results of each one of those, uh, like 10, 11 trades a year could give you better results than 1,000 trades a year, or like 500 trades a year, in terms of money or in terms of return. Okay, I think we're moving quite nicely on GBP now. Um, did we reach 1 to 1? Yeah, we reached 1 to 1. So I'm gonna close half of it. I'm gonna close partials. I'm gonna take half of it off. And if I get another setup while we're waiting for it to go down, I'm going to add back the 50% partial that I closed. Okay. 1 second, please. All right. Sumit Agrawal is saying 63 is very good. What's good? What do you mean? Okay, we're back at entry. So I'll be waiting for another setup here. 63%, you mean the win rate? Yeah. Thank you. Is trading the only boring thing that's addicting? Like, to be honest, trading is like the most interesting thing to do with your clothes on, but only if you're gambling. If you're trading properly, I believe that trading should be boring. Otherwise, you're not doing it right. Okay. Which time frame you trade? I like the 4-hour time frame. DocSub, swing trading is for bigger accounts and intraday for smaller accounts. Not really. You can also do swing on smaller accounts, but not like $100 account. Yeah, I think the minimum you can start with is like 1,000, 1,500. That would be good because like the minimum lot size that you can enter is 0.01. So I believe you will need $1,000 or more to enter those trades. GBPUSD falling, yeah, no setup here, so I'm still holding the 50% of my position. How to participate in the giveaway? You're already participating. Just wait till the end of this live stream, and I'll tell you how. Since when do you trade? Since 2014. How do you exit the trade? Okay, good question. The way I exit the trade is I wait till I get one-to-one risk reward. So when I get my one-to-one reward, I cut my position in half. I bank some profits, and I wait for another setup. If I get that setup, cool. If I don't, I just keep holding the trade. It'll either hit the stop loss or the take profit. I revenge trade and profit, and I don't stop in any amount during loss, increase size, and subsequent trade. How to correct it? Just stop. Don't revenge trade, because no matter how big you are, no matter how experienced you are, you're nothing compared to the markets. Pharmacy views. I'm gonna answer you on this one, and I'm gonna convince you why you shouldn't do that. First of all, the market does not care about your positions. It does not care about how you trade, or where your stop loss is, or where or how promising the trade looked to you. So when you enter the markets, trading, guys, is a zero-sum game. So whatever you make, someone else has lost that money, and the opposite is correct. So when you lose money, someone else made that money. So imagine that you're in the game of taking money out of the pockets of top Wall Street traders that who got the best training, who got the best education and the best exposure to financial markets, and you're expecting yourself to get to their pockets. I think with revenge trading and poor psychology, you won't be able to do that, unfortunately. So you need to stop revenge trading, because you need to be composed to be able to compete with the big boys. Okay, I think we're going to get another setup here on GBP. If this one closes outside the band, I'm going in at the retracement. Let's wait and see. Sell move is now moving nicely. Yeah, but we're waiting for more liquidity. We have 20 seconds to go. I think it won't give me the... Okay, good. We're making money, but I wanted it to be smaller than this so that I can enter on the retracement. Let's see how that closes. Yeah, it closed outside, so I'll be placing sell limit here. Sorry, I don't multitask, so when I'm same stop loss and same take profit. So the new sell limit is at 1.3491. Are we in? We are in. You know what? I'm going to move this stop loss here. So 94.5. 1.34945. I think I'm going to get stopped out on this. Let's wait and see. If you could, if you could go back to your first 6 months as a trader, what would you do differently, knowing what you know now? I'd be much more humble than what I was back then. I thought I was invincible, but I got humbled pretty bad. What's your priority? What's your number one priority and favorite pair to trade? I like to trade almost everything, but I like to trade gold because it gives you decent risk reward trades. How do you exit trades? We already answered that. You trade trend only or do range? Yeah, I only trade trends. I do not do ranges. I don't like ranges because that's the perfect environment for stop loss hunting. I don't like to be hunted. So I'm a technical analyst, so I can move to something else that is trending. No need to fight the market and trade that specific thing that is ranging. I can move to something else. Don't stop coming to trading. I love your advice. Pearson Hardman. Cheers, my friend. Okay. Someone from Jordan is saying على راسي على راسي بن بلدي. Okay, if you could go back. Is entry most important or exit? Both are equally important because if you enter too early or too late, that would mess up your risk management. And if you exit too early, that also means that your risk management is not in place because your emotions made you exit too early or too late. Can we break even? Not yet. I'm not going to place it on break even until we see it close below the 1.3485. Okay. So if that happens in the next few minutes, I'm going to place the stop loss on a break even. Yes. Your advices are direct to the pain. Thank you, Hussein. Is there a time where I avoid trading? Is there a time where I avoid trading? Yes, during major news releases, because algorithms are crazy. They might like hunt you up and down. So uh, there's a there's a term we use in Jordanian traders, that when you place a buy stop above a certain level and a sell stop below another level on news releases, you get a screenshot. So yeah, I don't like to get screenshot. When to take partials? Do you set break even? Yes, of course I do set at break even, but after I make sure that if it goes back there, the only way I put my stop loss at break even is that the fact that if price goes back to my break even, it means that the trade is invalidated. That's only when I put my stop loss at break even. How to manage one-to-one risk reward? I don't like one-to-one risk reward because it's like you need very high accuracy to get to be able to pull off a one-to-one risk reward and make money at the end of the day. So I go minimum 1 to 2. Is it okay to enter a trade without stop loss or TP? Of course, you can also go to Vegas. Brother, I have questions, please. How can we control fear of missing out? And if we are triggered in a trade, how can we control the fear of losing? Uh-huh. By having a plan. So my plan on gold, this is what I mentioned at the beginning of the live. I had a plan to, I had a buy limit on gold at 3,310. It did not fill me. It reached 3,311 and shot up from there, like $32, which is like, I don't know, almost 350 pips. So no regrets. I don't care. Like I had a plan. If I don't chase markets. I wait till the market comes to me. If that happened, great. If that does not happen, I will not be chasing anything. So fear of missing out should be banished. How can we control our fear inside the trade? If you have a plan, you wouldn't have fear inside, fear to lose. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So I hope this answered your question, Mario. So fear of missing out is mainly because you don't have a plan, or you don't feel that you're good enough to follow your plan, or your plan is not good enough. So always follow your plan and wait till the market comes to you, not and never chase the market. And as for the fear while you're inside of the trade, if you already know how much you're going to lose, there's no point of being afraid. When you're cooked, just take a break. Correct. So guys, do you see how the moving averages are holding price? Look how many times it got rejected from here. So that's why I want to see it close below here so that I can move the stop loss on both trades to break even. So the good news is that we closed this candle outside the lower band, so we are expecting it to move lower, hopefully. Let me place an alert to celebrate when that happens. Are you a scalper? No, I'm a swing trader. So someone is asking, Mr. FX, how do you manage your stop loss and take profit? Stop loss should be placed somewhere where your setup gets invalidated. So I don't care how far or close the stop loss is, but if I'm trading a specific setup, I want the stop loss to be the invalidation of this scenario I have in mind. Okay, and TP I usually use previous lows or highs, or in swing trades I use Fibonacci extensions to know where the price might be moving. Okay. Is there a time where you avoid trading? News. Okay. What would you advise a break-even trader struggling? Okay, so Pradeep is saying, what would your advice be to a break-even trader struggling to clear evaluation, stuck in phase 1, 2 for months? Now, you're very close to becoming profitable, my friend. This is like we've all been there. You're very close to becoming profitable. What you're having is something we call an emotional block. So you're not losing. You're very careful. You're managing risk. That's why you're still at break even. But you're afraid to take on more trades and take opportunities. That's why you stay stuck in evaluations. But congratulations, you're very close to becoming profitable. Just don't go crazy and throw your risk management rules outside the window. Sell USD JPY. To be honest, I'm not looking at USD JPY. I need to stay focused on what I have here. If you had to start over with a small account, what would be your focus, strategy building, psychology, or capital growth? Um, so if I had to start over with a small account, with the same knowledge I have, I'd be building capital, of course. I'd be focusing on capital growth. But if I lost the money that I have for poor risk management or poor psychology, of course, I'll be looking to work on my strategy building and psychology. Is it worth to enter a trade within the trade? I only did that because I closed half of the position on profit on 1 to 1. So this way I have my stop loss is now half of the amount it was. So now I'm risking 0.25% on the first trade. So the second trade, I also risk another 0.25% on it. So I still have the same risk, but with more reward. So at the end of the trade, if it worked out to be a good trade, I'll be making, instead of 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, I'll be making, okay, so congratulations, it broke below. So if it turns out to be a good trade, instead of having like a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 risk reward, I'll be having 1 to 5. So yes, it's worth entering a trade within a trade if you close half of the first one with a profit. Okay. How do you ensure the accuracy and integrity of your analysis? How do I ensure the accuracy and integrity? I didn't get that. I do the analysis. So what do you mean? Let's get in the trade. If you had to pick only 3 metrics for market decision making, what would they be and why? If you had to pick the... Okay, so guys, I'm moving stop losses to break even, okay? Not on both of them. This one, I'm moving the stop loss here. So both of them at the stop loss, at the break even of the first one. Okay. That's how the trade is looking like. It's looking lovely. Did you see DXY? Of course, I saw DXY before deciding to take any trades. How you manage your stop loss? How do you feel when a trade is moving your way? Do you panic to exit? Okay, that's a good question. How do you feel when your trade is moving your way? Do you panic to exit? Not really. I used to panic, and I was always eager to exit with a profit just to get something called instant gratification. Instant gratification is the killer of wealth. Be careful of that. Just to close the trade on like just to have a blue trade on your history is not worth losing thousands of dollars. So no, I'm not excited or eager to close any trades before the stop loss or the take profit. So now we have a risk-free trade or 2 trades. Let's consider it 1 trade. So far we're risking 0.25% or even less. Let me see. I think 0.1% we're risking, and the reward is already 0.5%. And hopefully, if that hit our TP, we're going home with a clean 1 to 5 or 1 to 4.5 risk reward. What is the best time frame for gold? I like 4 hours. Hookah, thank you. Amazing knowledge and words. I appreciate that. Thank you. Giveaway accounts, sir. Yes, we will give away accounts just after we finish. Okay. Screenshot, not screen shock. Gold is not moving as well as I wanted to, so that's why I'm not looking at gold to day trade. Pearson Hardman says Safe loves Vegas secretly. Maybe, maybe not. You also look at Bitcoin for trading? No, I don't trade Bitcoin. We have people for that. A very close friend of mine is like the top G of crypto, so he does that. Is it necessary to have a greater win rate, like above 60% to pass the prop firm? No. You can pass the prop firm with a 40% win rate. ألف شكر على البث المباشر. Summit, where are you from? They explain the strategy used on this trade. We already did. That's engulfing candle that got retested without breaking the highs. We entered sells and we're now waiting till it retests this level. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I should be exiting more of the trade. What's the TP? Okay, so guys, I'm gonna modify my TP and move it 2 more pips to the upside, because that will be the lower band on the 15 minutes. So my stop loss would be 82. We're 1 pip away from the stop loss, the take profit, sorry. Are we going for it? Yes, yes, yes. Madish is asking, are you an institutional trader? I used to be, yes. But now I trade on my own and I do investments for high net worth individuals. Fear is greater than greed. Do you agree? I think, yeah. I think fear is a stronger emotion than greed, yeah. But greed is a much nastier emotion. I don't like greedy people in general. They're ugly. How do you get out of a losing streak? That's a good question. I just take off. I just like I take some time off and do some steam off, and that's it. Just try taking a week off. You'll go back like a monster. What did you think every trade that you took according to your setup is the same, or every trade is a new trade for you? Actually, I don't look at prices, so I believe that every trade I take is the same. And we're talking only about day trades. When we talk about swing trades, no, every trade is different because many factors affect that trade, such as the what's it called? Economic factors, geopolitics. What else? Wars, pandemics. So, okay, so congratulations, we hit TP. All right, let's remove those. Okay, so guys, it was nice hosting this session. I'll be waiting if you have any more questions, because the questions today were really good. So I'll be waiting for your questions. I'll give you 2 more minutes and then I'm off. Congratulations to whoever took that trade. TP hit. We secured 1 to 4 risk reward. Do you keep your mind liquidity while setting your stop loss and TP? What does that mean, Mario? Can you please rephrase the question? Why does gold require a different discipline unlike Euro USD, for example? It does not. All of them are the same, but I'm talking about different trading styles, not different instruments. So if I'm trading swing, I will be looking around for geopolitics and some events happening around. But if I'm day trading, I only care for the 1 hour or 2 hours I'm trading during the session. That's it. Risk free is nice. Yes, it is nice. Why do you keep your mind liquidity? You should close. I do not close. It closes by itself, and it did. Analysis paralysis. Okay. So summit. You mean is trading from mobile advisable? No, you don't trade from your mobile. You execute from your mobile, which is very different than trading. Trading has more than one element. One element is doing your analysis and then having your plan written on a piece of paper. That's how I like to do it. Having some music on, relax, meditate, whatever works for you, and then you can execute using your mobile. Yeah, that's or you can monitor what's happening with your trade on your mobile. But fully trading on your mobile, no. Your TP is going to hit. It already hit. So do you keep mind liquidity? No. Win rate versus risk reward, what is more important? Of course, risk reward is more important. Win rate, you can be profitable with a 10% win rate. Let me give you an example. Imagine two traders. One trader has a 90% accuracy and the other one has only 10% win rate. If the guy with 90% accuracy on each win, he wins $100, and on the one time he messes up, he loses $1,000. So at the end, he lost $100 because $1,000 minus $900 is $100 as a loss. But the other guy, which has an accuracy of 10%, could lose 9 times $100 each time, and the one time he makes money, he makes $1,000, so he'll be profitable. The other one with 90% accuracy is not profitable. So yeah, win rate is not as important as you think. It's overrated. For me, when I set a break even, it feels like a win because it's risk free. Yeah. Where's Mr. Tarawni? Is he around? I saw your name. Do you recommend silver for long-term trades? Yeah, I like silver. I think it's going to be one of the greatest value plays going forward. While setting your stop loss, can I join your firm? What is the best time? Can I join Funding Pips? Headed to the CP. Okay, guys, so I think that's it for today. In order to enter the draw for the two 50K challenge accounts, please drop a comment after this live stream ends under the video and share it with your friends, and hopefully you'll win one of those 50K challenge accounts. It was a pleasure hosting this session, and see you on the next one. Trade responsibly and best of luck. Cheers, guys.